How do you know that you're getting in enough carbohydrates to build muscle? Well, this video stems from another video that I did, and I'll link it right here for you on the 4 signs that you're not eating enough protein. But in this one, I got a lot of requests to make one about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are one of the tricky ones because they are individual per person. Every person responds to carbohydrates differently. Some people respond to them well, and that's where you hear people having intakes of up to 6, 7, 800, 1,000 carbs a day. Some people, those are the super responders to carbs. And then on the opposite side of it, you have people who respond to carbs very poorly, and they're at 100, 200 max, and anything more than that, it's not good for them. Every person's different. But there are some telltale signs that you can tell if you're not having enough carbohydrates. So I want to go through those with you. So this way you kind of check the box on carbohydrates and keep going on your muscle building efforts. All right. So the first sign is the scale isn't moving and you're not laying down body fat. Let's face it. When you're in a calorie surplus, you're going to put on some body fat. It's just what happens. You have to kind of get with the times and understand that when your body puts on weight, it puts on everything. It puts on muscle and it puts on fat. Now, if the scale is not moving, you're probably not eating enough carbohydrates to get the scale moving. You're just probably not. So if your intake is at 100 and the scale is not moving, you should probably keep bumping it up. And again, this is going for and taking for granted that you're having enough protein. You kind of check that box, and your fat intake is optimal. So we check that box. Okay, we're just looking strictly at carbohydrates here. So that's the first one. The scale's not moving and you're not laying down body fat. Okay, if those two things are not happening, carbs need to go up. Okay, because they're going to be the thing that's going to push the scale in the right direction. Right. Sign number 2 is you have no energy or drive during the day. You're tired, you're kind of lethargic, you don't feel energetic. This is a good sign that you're probably not having enough carbohydrates throughout the day and just for your body. And the reason why I came up with this sign is it's almost like when you're contest prepping. When you're contest prepping and you're trying to really lean down and get the single-digit body fat, it's difficult to even stand up. And that's because your carb intake is lower than your body needs. Your body's running on less fuel in this case. You just get really tired. And you'll kind of experience the same thing if you're not having enough carbohydrates. All right. And especially if you're not sprinkling them throughout the day. So that's sign number 2. Sign number 3 is in the gym. The pumps are just non-existent. You're not getting good pumps in the gym. Again, this happens when you're dieting and when you're trying to get to that single-digit body fat. Carbohydrates are depleted, your muscles are flat, and you're just not getting enough pump. There's not enough fluid, there's not enough fuel inside that muscle to make it pop out. So when you're training in the gym, let's say you're doing arms, the pump is kind of When you're in an off-season mode and you're trying to build muscle, your pumps should always be good because your body should always be full. Your muscle should be full of glycogen and full of fuel to give you and push you through that workout. If they're not, and you're not getting good pumps in the gym, that's probably a sign that your carbohydrate intake is not good enough. Yes, there are other factors that go into getting a good pump, like water, salt. All those things are very important as well. The type of training you're doing, obviously. But you also need to look at your overall carb intake. And are you having carbs before your workout, maybe even during? But typically, if you're not getting good pumps, your carbohydrate intake is not where it needs to be for you. And that's the key in the statement. It's not where it needs to be for you. Because I could tell you, yeah, have 50 grams of carbs before your workout. That might not be enough for you. You might need 100. You might need only 25. Every person's different. Okay? Number 4, and this is, I think, the most important one. Throughout the day, your muscles have no pump and they're just flat. There's no pop to your physique. And especially if you're in a muscle building phase, your muscles should almost be like protruding all the time. Like you should see them in your clothes. You should see them in a tank top. Like they should always kind of be like popping out at you because, like I said, when you're in a muscle building stage, your muscles are always full of glycogen. Whenever we eat carbohydrates, our body converts it into glycogen. It stores it in your liver and it stores it into your muscles. So if you're not getting enough into the muscle, they're going to appear flat and you're going to look, the best way to describe it is you're going to look skinny and flat and what they call stringy. That's not a good look for a bodybuilder. Remember, your goal is, as someone who's trying to put on muscle, is to always look muscular. And in order to look muscular, your muscles have to be full because when they're full, it's going to push the glycogen in those muscles are going to fill up like a balloon. It's going to attach with some water. It's going to fill up and it's going to push against the skin and it's going to give you that popping look that you want. So I know what you're probably thinking now. You watch this video, you're checking these boxes on these 4 signs. Well, how many carbohydrates should you take? And here's the thing. This takes kind of trial and error to find out how many carbs you need to optimize all of these things. Because again, like I said, every person's different. For me personally, I'm good. I have enough carbohydrates, anywhere between 400 and 500 to build muscle, to keep myself full. That's like enough. Anything more than that, it kind of spills over and I lay down more body fat than I need to. For me personally, again, every person's a little bit different. So you need to find that number for you. And then once you find that number, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, where it's like that fine line between, okay, I'm getting good pumps in the gym. My muscles have a good pop. Not laying down a ton of body fat because of it, because of overeating too many carbs. So once you find that fine line, that's the number that you need for you. So the only way to do that is to experiment and see, and again, just go by this checklist and kind of see, okay, the scale's moving, so that's good. I have energy during the day. I don't feel flat or, tired all the time. I'm getting good pumps in the gym and my muscles appear full and kind of popping. If that's the case, then your carbohydrate intake is probably good. If not, you need to bump that up. And I would do it slowly, because you can improve your carbohydrate tolerance by slowly inching them up, and this comes with a surplus. And this is a whole nother video that I should probably make for you guys. If you guys want to see that video, just let me know in the comments below. But because you made it this far into the video, I got a free gift for you. I have a free 6-week training program that I want to give you. No strings attached. That's right. A free program. People charge for this stuff. I'm giving it to you for free, only because I don't want to see you guys make the same mistakes that I made along my 20-year fitness journey. All right, guys, this was Anthony, AB Fitness. I'll catch you guys on the next one.